Hey, ladies and gents, we're back with Avorion. We're talking about diplomacy. More in depth. I did a way back in the beginning of the series. I did a diplomacy alliance kind of thing. We're going to explain the diplomacy a little bit better. Why do we want to increase diplomatic relationships with the factions as we move through the game? When we first start out, we usually start out with a pretty decent relationship with the starting here, and it's usually not hard to get up to an excellent rating with them. However, as we get closer up here, most everything what we start running into is always in the neutral. Why do we want to increase our rep? Well, a couple different things is if you're not in at least in the good relationships, and I'll explain that real quick. Everything's based on reputation. For example, it's neutral would be right here in the middle. You have 100,000 good this way and 100,000 bad this way. And as you get better relations, the reputation I'm talking about. For example, once you get out of the neutral and you get relatively close into the first part of the good, that lets you buy ships from shipyards. That lets you buy better equipment from the equipment docks. If you want to build turrets, then you can start doing that only when you get into the good reputation with a faction. So when you look at it, at least from the galaxy map point of view, you don't want to spend a whole bunch of time building your rep out here. You want to move up into this region here as quickly as possible before you really start building rep. These guys are my allies right here, which means I have absolute full access to all of their equipment at equipment docks. Specifically, what I'm talking about is exceptional, exotic, and legendary, which are usually the highest DPS weapons. And for example, the trading systems and all that kind of stuff. So I want access to that. The only way that I get to that stuff at equipment docks is I have to be excellent or good, excellent, or an allied. Allies only will let you finally get the exotic and it gets the legendary. So you want to build that reputation in those areas. It also, like I said, it lets you have access to their turret factories, which are going to be tech level 36, 37 on the edge of the barrier. So much better DPS guns or weapons in general. So that's what we're building for the diplomacy wise to get there. How do we build a diplomacy? Once again, it's a simple, you can do it economically. You can trade with them. You can sell asteroids to them. You can fight pirates inside this in one of their systems. Sit here, wait long enough, the pirates will jump in, shoot them once, and they'll give you some money, a system, and your rep will go up. Great way to build early game rep, at least up into the good part of it. However, at some point that eventually kind of starts dropping off. Selling an asteroid, when you first start out, will give you like 5,000, 6,000 rep. By the time you sell them 7 or 8, then it's going to drop down to like under 1,000. So it's going to take a very long time to get reputation up to here. Best way to do that for reputation wise in this system, for example, is the bulletin boards. We're going to talk to this guy right here, and the bulletin board will give you a couple different things. For example, free slaves and the resource shortage of 100 wheat. You do any of these and or specifically the free slave. This is an easy 15,000 rep. We're going to accept it. We're going to go free some slaves for this sector here, and we're going to gain 15,000 rep. Very nice, very easy, quick way to do this. Remember, you also have to have a somewhat powerful ship, or a powerful enough ship to make this work. There's our free slaves. We're going to run and get that. We're going to gain our 15,000 rep, which should put me in close enough to be able to make an alliance with this faction. Yeah, just like I said, literally just spend the time, working on the factions that you want to get stuff from. So I heard you have slaves. Yep, blah blah blah. You can either buy it from them. Don't just kill them. Then we will take them. And there's a shipyard. We're just going to blow up a couple of their ships. And usually, when you get about, I think roughly, there's a nice red one. Nice drop on the turrets. Maybe a turret, or is it a system? And we have to blow a few more of these guys up. Ooh, a mining system. Nice. Alright, so we blow a couple of them, and they'll say here, yep. So we gain the 10 free slaves, and we're going to take it back to where we started at. Once we do this, we'll get our reputation build up another 15,000, honestly, the easiest way to build reputation is the free the slaves, and it's a solid 15,000 every time you do it. There we go. And they're going to be very nice to me. Yes, don't mention it. And you're going to see a 15,000 rep right there. So if you did this roughly, 6 times, you're going to be able to create an alliance with that. So we're going to go back up here to check out our alliance with them. We're at 98,705. So I think you have to get like to 96 or 97,000 before they'll offer you to negotiate an alliance. Once you hit the alliance, once you create the alliance with this group, you have complete and utter access to everything that they have. So we're going to do that. Unfortunately, it costs money. You can do place an offer between 1.4 and 2.4, or you can throw in some material. Say you have, like, for example, I have like 17 million neonite. Let's throw in roughly the offer, which would be 40,500,000 credits, which is way more than I need. So we can drop it back a little bit. So I don't know, 2, 3, what do we need at 405,000, 4 million. So that's going to cost me 300,000 neonite, or you can do the credit, actual credit. We're going to offer it, and do we offer it? $4 million. Apparently that's not working. All right, let's just do it with the credits. We'll give them 3 million credits. And look, there we go. Now we've jumped into and we've become allies with the FMA or whatever they are. Yeah, so there we go. Easy way to create the alliance. Do the freed slaves once you build that whole thing up with the rep. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully that answers you guys some of your things about creating allies and the diplomacy in the game.